everyone, welcome back to the nacforadventurer YouTube channel. My name is AJ Cutler. In today's video, I'm going to give you a rundown on my backcountry skiing gear. Everything from accessories to outerwear to safety gear and my actual skiing equipment. We're gonna go over it all, so let's get to it. When this video comes out, it is going to be October, and I know there's plenty of fall bike riding still left, but everyone's mind is definitely shifting towards winter and the ski season. So I thought it'd be a great time to kind of take out my gear and show you exactly what I take while backcountry touring. I've got all the gear behind me, so we'll kind of start with the smaller accessories and work our way up to the bigger items, the hard goods. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I feel like this is a gear check video to like kind of show you what I have, but it's also for me to like double check that I have everything ready for the upcoming season. So let's get started. Also, I just want to preface that this doesn't cover like base layers or mid layers I might wear, just because I have such a big variety. When I go out touring, I usually just wear a merino wool underlayer and then like a puffy coat on top, possibly another like quarter zip. If you need any recommendations, definitely ask in the comments below. The first thing I have on the list is a really good pair of glasses. When you're touring, you are out in the elements, in the sun, possibly the snow, in the wind, and so you really want a good pair of glasses to protect your upper face and your eyeballs. I've got the Smith Wildcats, which have interchangeable lenses that are also clear, so that's just really nice to have a little bit of variety for lenses. Then I also have these easy peasy alpine glasses if I know it's gonna be sunny the whole time. They have little shields right here, and so when the sun is reflecting back on you from the snow, it's not gonna get in your eyes as easily. Sometimes I do just ski down in the glasses, but normally I do bring goggles as well for the descent. But I prefer not to tour up wearing my goggles just because my face gets really hot and sweaty, and it makes it easier for the goggles to fog up. Definitely want to avoid that, so get yourself a good pair of glasses for the tour up. Next up, we've got gloves or mittens, I don't know, whatever you're into. Another thing that gets really hot and sweaty is your hand. I think it's a really good idea to have like a lighter pair of gloves, for instance, like a pair of liners, or I just really like using these ones from Handout. They have a zipper. If it gets really cold, you can zip this up. And then if it gets really hot, you can just unzip, take your hand out. You can take your hand out and keep walking. You can even have a pair of liners underneath here. And I think they look cool. I love the camo color. And I believe they're a local Salt Lake City brand. Next up, we have goggles. These are the Wildhorn Pipelines. I really like these just because it's super easy to swap out the lenses. Currently, I have the clear on there because I've been using it for mountain biking with my full face helmet. Yeah, super easy to change. Usually when I go touring, I'll bring a highlight lens and then a low light lens or this like amber lens. I really like this amber lens. I probably use it the most. And the goggles go really well with my helmet, which is the Wildhorn Highline. It has MIPS. I can fit my GoPro mount on there. We've got the ear pads with the little FTA system on the back. And I know this is one of like the bigger, bulkier items that I take touring, but it's really important to me. Plus, it comes at a really great price point. Next up, I have my backcountry touring backpack. This is the Outerwear Ascent 30-liter Ava bag. It is airbag compatible. I don't have it set up. I'd probably get a bigger bag if I was looking to get an airbag. I would say that 30 liters is kind of on the small end of backcountry touring backpacks. I used to have a smaller one and I have no idea how I fit all my gear in there, because between all your safety gear and then when you put your skins and extra layers, all of that stuff, it like barely fits in this 30-liter bag. I would say ideal is, you know, around that 35 to 45 range. But it definitely depends on like how long you're going out and what else you're bringing. Overall, this really has been a great bag. I love that it's just a fully open zipper, so when I open this, it's so easy to access everything. In this pocket, we've got all my safety gear. I'll stick a couple like bars or easily accessible items in here. And then in this compartment, I'll put skins, layers, and just whatever else needs to go in there. It also comes with this helmet carrier that attaches to the front, so it's really easy to carry my helmet on the outside. There it is all set up. Sometimes I'll even stuff like an extra puppy or even my goggles in here just to add like a little bit more space. Backcountry touring is all about the up. You're moving and you're walking and you're getting a good workout in. Uninsulated gear is a lot easier to kind of get to the right temp just because you're starting at the base and then you're going up from there instead of having just this giant coat that when you take off you're too cold and when you put on you're too hot. These are the Environ bibs from Stio. I love these because they have these nice big vents. It's not even a mesh vent, it's like a totally open vent. So if you're really hot, this is nice. And personally, I like bibs better. For touring, I don't know why. I don't think there is a reason that I need to give you, but look at that. Nice open, get to moving. Or if you're not really into the skimo style, something a little bit baggier, just so you can get that movement. You're gonna be hiking up a mountain. Now for my jacket. It is the Saga Empress 3L. And I know that Saga is like not around anymore, but I love this thing so much. Like the style is so perfect. Wide open vents on the pits. Yeah, love this thing. I'm really sad that Saga isn't around anymore. Maybe try and find a secondhand, I don't know. Plus, to complete it, I have my little pickled no-so patch on the hood. For touring poles, I have the Fulcrum Waist poles. These are super cool. They're kind of a friend who started a business. And I just like really have loved these for backcountry touring because they've got this extended grip. And so if you need to adjust your pole size, all you need to do is just move your hand. So if you're traversing a hill and like this side is so much higher, you know, I can put this at the bottom of the grip and then this one is maybe like somewhere in the middle and I can have the proper like pole leverage. I would say that these poles are my most weight conscious gear just because they are really, really light. When you ski down, usually have them, you know, around here-ish and ready to go down. I think for touring and just like skiing in general, I've definitely found myself gravitating towards brighter colored products such as these bright green ones, just because if I drop it in the snow, it's so much easier to find if it's bright green. So let's get to the fun stuff. These are my backcountry skis. These are the Liberty Origin Backcountry 106s. In resort, I ski the Liberty Origin 106s and I love them. Like they are just my go-to ski no matter what. They're the perfect length, they're the perfect width. So I was like super stoked to hear that Liberty was coming out with a backcountry ski that mirrored like my favorite resort ski. On the bottom right here, they have like a little rubber flat edge that's really great for hooking your skins on. I honestly have only taken them out a couple of times at the end of last season, and it's not the lightest setup that I've had, but I do feel really sturdy and I feel very capable in the backcountry with these. I definitely did a backflip in them, so I know that they're solid. For backcountry bindings, I have the Solomon shifts. I just got them from my local ski shop called Level 9 that I like always go to. I've had a really good experience on them and they're just very intuitive. And I've hit rails with them, I've hit backcountry booters, and they were totally fine. They're definitely not the most lightweight binding available, but for what I'm doing in the backcountry, these are perfect. Next up, I've got skins for the skis. These are the Black Diamond Glide Light skins. If you're just starting to research like backcountry gear that you need, skins is definitely one of the weirder ones. It's basically like a giant sticker that you stick to the bottom of your skis, and they have little hairs on the bottom, and they help you stick to the snow and then walk up the hill. Like the rest of my setup, they're not the lightest, but they get the job done. And I don't go touring very much. I've maybe used these less than 30 times in the past 3 seasons, and they're still like kicking. I haven't had to replace them yet. When you get skins, unless you get them specifically with your skis, you're probably gonna have to cut them. So just be prepared for that. Next up, we've got my boots. I used to have these super lightweight, like Scarpa F1 Eskimo style boots, but I was kind of trying to find something that I could use in resort and in the backcountry. And so I landed on these Dalbello Lupos. I'm not super picky and I don't really have a lot of problems when it comes to ski boots, but I just know a lot of my friends that used to love full tilt are kind of transitioning and going on this natural pipeline to Dalbello. These ones kind of have the similar 3-piece setup as well. So it's very familiar, but just with an added alpine touring twist. You can fit the pins in the front right there. These are the version that are 90 flex. I mean, I do a lot of park and like freestyle as well. So these have just been an overall good boot, like in every aspect. It's got the walk mode, it's got removable tongues, and yeah, they're crazy comfortable. I remember the first time that I wore them, like I forgot to take them off after skiing because they just fit me so well. If you're looking for a backcountry boot that can also double as an in-resort boot, Dalbello Lupos, I love these. And we've saved the most important thing for last, and that is your Avalanche Safety gear. This is a package that I got from Outerwear. It came with a probe, which has measurements on there. Then we've got the Badger 2.5 shovel. It breaks down into the handle and then the shovel head. So it easily fits in my backpack. My backpack is also Outerwear, so it just has perfect little compartments for each of the safety items. And then we've got your beacon, and your beacon is gonna save lives because this is how you're gonna find someone that's buried in an avalanche, or how people are gonna find you if you're buried in an avalanche. Always wear this on your person. It'll usually sit, you know, on your body like so. And whenever we go out, we always do beacon checks just to make sure everyone's is working, has enough battery so that you can both transmit and receive. And something that's not gonna fit in your backpack is the knowledge on how to use this avalanche gear. So that kind of does it for everything that is part of my ski touring setup. Everything that I mentioned in this video is going to come with me in the backcountry whenever I go touring. Thanks so much for joining along today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, to subscribe to our channel because we've got a full winter season ahead of us. Also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at AJ Cutler for more skiing content this winter. So thanks for watching and keep on crushing. Is it called a tip if it's on the bottom? I feel like no.